is now with much honor that I present to you Paraskevi Maouli, commonly known as Even. Right? Evie?
Right.
Please. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to okay. I'm here to present my presentation about the stereotyping in organizations. But first, I want to present what is organizational behavior for me. So I want first to say what is organizational behavior for me. For me, it's the study and the application of knowledge about how people, individuals, and groups act in organizations. But simply for me, it's organization. It's like a puzzle, and every single piece it's an individual, and those pieces are so colorful and different in shades, like the individuals that compose an organization. And for the right and the effective action of an organization, we have to figure out how we are going to match those pieces correctly. Why culture matters? I believe that culture is one very important point that affects the result of an organization, or of people that work for an organization, because culture affects the beliefs and the behaviors of people. So when I came here, I realized that the culture matters because people they cannot communicate with the same way. They have different way of thinking and of interaction because of their cultures. For instance, in Greece, we have more direct way to express ourselves. Something that here is rudeness, but there it's something direct and straight. So back in Greece, I will be a very direct and clear person, but here maybe I will be a rude person. So we have to be aware about the culture and how culture creates ideas and direct the behavior of people inside organizations. More specifically, I want to talk about stereotypes because it's something that I've seen everywhere. Stereotypes are different. They have different people. They have different way to stereotype other people. Some example is the ethnicity, of course. People expect for people from certain countries to react with certain way. When I came here as a Greek, I'm from Greece. As a Greek, I confronted some stereotypes really strange for me. They think that I have to be really a person that I want to have a family, because there are three important states in Greek reality: family, religion, and homeland. But that was in the 80s that the immigrants from Greece came here. Greece is changing, and they can't understand that. The second is the AIDS. I've seen, especially in Greece, I'm not sure here, but I believe that it's something that is happening, that in organizations, I'm sorry, people that they are young, they have more possibilities to be hired than the older people. Maybe because they think that they are more productive or more energetic, but this is actually a very wrong idea. Because I've seen people that they are on their 60s or 70s. Yeah, I have an example actually of 92 years old people. person that is so energetic and he cannot live without his job. So it's a stereotype. And of course, the appearance. Tattoos, piercing, the way that people dress, they reflect certain ideas about what they are. And usually the people that they have an appearance out of norms, people they don't prefer them because they don't feel trust about them. They feel that it's like they don't trust them usually. And of course, stereotyping based on gender. So back in Greece, my bachelor was in preschool education, and at university we had a concentration on gender, on social structure of gender. So the stereotyping against of women started exactly the same time that doctors say it's a girl. There are experimentals that shows that people they react with totally different way in a baby that is a boy, or they think that there is a boy. And at the same time, when when the same kid was dressed as a girl, they react with a different totally way because they are ideas, but the baby is the same. So we can see that the stereotyping starts very early in the life of the person, even before this person were born. And I'm not sure if the literature for kids, it's something that came from the stereotype or reproduced this stereotyping. Maybe it's the same process. But we can see in the very traditional literature for kids that the stereotypings inside the fairy tales is really certain. Usually, the woman is the one that is that she has suffered, and she needs to be rescued for the man, and the man has to be just beautiful, rich, successful. That's it. It's same. So how we are gonna comfort those stereotypes? Because really, if we think with stereotypes with people, we cannot compose them. We cannot match those people and give them the right position in an organization that they can really work effectively. I believe that the first step is to be self-aware about our stereotypes and about our ideas and how they formed in our past. And after that, we can see those stereotypes to other people and understand that they think this way because certain things happen in their time that they grow up. After we know ourselves, and then we can act with a more efficient way and manage our relationship inside an organization. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you so much for a great presentation. We'd like to give you the certificate.
Thank you so much.